Hey, it's good to see you lot again. You're joining me today in Britain's New Forest. Doing the usual, bit of walking, bit of wild camping. I don't actually know where I am, to be perfectly honest with you. I've just taken a random route. I've started off in Brockhurst, and I'm making my way up to Lyndhurst. We'll see what we can find. So a little bit about the New Forest. In 1079, William the Conqueror took this forest as his own, claiming it as his own hunting ground, and he put a halt on any commoners breeding livestock here, building fences, just so he could hunt some deer. He named his forest Nova Foresta, translating to New Hunting Forest. Of course, no hunting goes on here anymore, but you will still find a lot of deer habiting this area, although muntjac were actually introduced here, and they've got quite a loud call. Not as pretty as British deer, I have to say, but you know, at least they've got a place to live happily in the UK. No particular route in mind. It was actually meant to rain today, but as you can see, we've been blessed with quite good weather. Let's talk about this whole vlogging spiel, yeah? Because I'm not quite used to it yet. It's something that I'm improving at, but holding a stick out and speaking to a device, speaking to you guys, it's a little bit strange. You know, sometimes I wonder what aliens would think if they came to this planet and saw a bunch of us with selfie sticks talking to ourselves. I reckon they'd be a bit weirded out. They'd probably say, "Fuck this, I'm off to another planet to sow my seed." Yeah, there's a baby fowl there, so I won't get too close to those guys. Leave them in peace. They are kind of blocking my way though. Alright, just taking a bit of a breather. I always seem to be eating pork pies when I'm out in the countryside. I mean, British people, they do it well. They do a good pork pie. What can I say? I have seen a few people dotted around. Not many though. But all in all, it's been very quiet. And a very peaceful experience. We're actually walking on a cycle route at the moment. I do cycle around the city quite a bit, but not so much trails like this. Definitely down sometime though. Maybe with a couple of friends. Riding into the abyss. Tripping balls. Yeah, it sounds good. There's a lot of noise. I'm starting to find out. Whether that's the news, the media, social media, opinions, politics, doom scrolling, the act of scrolling through social media uncontrollably for hours. I too have fallen for that trap many a time. Honestly, I've wanted to throw my phone out the window. It's been that severe. You know, I'm not as a mental health guru by any means, right? I'm struggling with it myself, and I'm 25. Mid-20s is quite a weird one because you're kind of learning who you are and what you can tolerate a bit more acutely, but also you're starting to realise what you need to prioritise in life. You know, where is your career going to go, and what are your real passions like? What do you really need to work on? You know, it's crazy how your mind and body are connected. Your diet affects your mood, the amount of exercise you get, your isolation from other people. It's a bit extreme of an angle. The full wrath of the selfie stick. Insect flew into my eye, sorry. I just checked my phone and it looks like the sun's setting at 9. I mean, it wasn't long ago, it was setting at 4, 5. So we've got bags of time, apparently. this place is not difficult to get to from London, so if you're a city dweller like myself, definitely recommend the New Forest. So, I found quite a secluded spot. I know it's secluded because I can actually see some deer running around the perimeter, and that usually means there's not many humans around, right? But they're very timid here in the UK, and unfortunately this lens is not long enough to pick them up. So you'll have to take my word. So we'll set up the tent soon. Just waiting for the sun to dip down a little bit more, and we'll get on with it. So I've brought a bit of spice rum with me today. Deadsman's. Yeah, not much else to say on that. I'm used to Captain Morgan's. I want to say this tastes more like cherry. A bit more sour, I suppose you could say. Made in Bristol and Bath. Bristol's a cool place. When have you guys been there? So it's just turning to dusk, and I'm starting to get attacked by mosquitoes. I've already been bitten quite a bit on my legs, so maybe I should have brought some spray with me. But let's get the tent set up. You've seen it before. I really could do with a new tent, but not cheap, in short. But we'll see. There's a few summer tents I'd like to try out, but for now, still the cloud up too. Yeah, let's get into it. Massive mosquito right there. Each season we face new challenges, I guess. Okay, we're set up for now, and I think we're looking pretty stealthy, so time to relax a bit. So that's what a monk jack sounds like, if anyone's wondering. Quite a disturbing noise, but at least I know what it is. Doesn't look like it'd be making that kind of noise, but hey, it does. So I've left my book at home. I'm devastated. I was literally rushing to leave the house and I forgot it because I knew I wasn't going to have any signal. I don't know if we're going to do any cooking this time because I've kind of just got some snacks. You know what I'm saying? But we're keeping an eye on the water. There hasn't really been anywhere to top up. So, yeah, guess I'll be alone with my thoughts. Good morning. It didn't even rain last night apparently, but I did get swarmed by slugs, so you can see they're actually all over my tent. All these little dudes. And potentially even in my shoes. Now I'm going to make some coffee. In this case you just got the straight Americano instant coffee, so I'm not going to be messing around with the sachets today. I did get a comment from Goose. Listen, I haven't forgotten about that. So we're going to see if there's a locking mechanism on the cutlery set I've got. If there is, let's just say I'm going to be a bit embarrassed. I'm going to look like a fool, which is the likely outcome of this test. Usually, I'm wrong. So, yeah, so the likely outcome is I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to test that now. So that maybe goes underneath. and it would appear that I'm an idiot. Well, Goose, thanks for embarrassing me. I don't know how did I miss that? Because, do you know what it is? Exert any more pressure on it, and it's still. I'll take the L. I'll take the L for that one though. A little bit brisker today, a little bit cooler, which is nice because I was a bit of a sweaty mess when I was sleeping last night. So yeah, wild that I've come from literally shivering and wearing as many layers as possible, still being uncomfortably cold, to basically sleeping in my boxers and breaking a sweat. Quite amazing how quickly the seasons have changed. I mean, it has been a few months. You boiling, chaps? That'll probably do her. The bird sounds this morning were insane. I think my plan for the next video is finally to do some point of view bird photography. And I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. In the colder months, birds are a little more scarce, including the women in my life. No, that's weird. So maybe I'll have more success capturing birds in the wild. Haven't seen a soul since I've set up the tent. So altogether, yeah, it was good. That's loud. It really echoes in this forest, you know. If you're wondering, yeah, slugs literally got into my boots as well because I left them in the outside. The vestibule, as one would say. A lot of slugs in here. I think it's quite mossy biome. I wonder though, where do they go when it's not wet? You know, they all seem to appear. Where do they go? Do they hibernate? Do they just hide underground? Well, not underground, but you know what I mean. Around the back of plant pots. This has gone on a real tangent. Cut that bit out. Post-production tag. Once again, leave no trace. I'm sound like a fucking weirdo. I hope there's no one around. Where are my crew? I need to see my crew. Been watching a bit too much Shogun, guys. Once again, I've escaped the smog. Yeah, remember to get outside, guys. Try it solo as well, you might enjoy it. Look at the serene views I've got all to myself. What a beautiful place, the New Forest. Thank you guys for watching the entirety of the video. It's pretty flat around here, so not a challenging trek. That's about it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.